$800 for a coffee grinder. Is that too much? That might seem huge if you're starting, but if you're looking for ultimate precision for your espresso, the Timemore Sculptor 078S might just justify this investment or not. Hi everyone, welcome to Cafe Lista. My name is Colin, the channel to learn everything about espresso at home. As you might know, here this is 100% independent reviews. There is no sponsorship. I bought this sculptor myself with my own money during the Kickstarter. So no partnership, no sponsorship. My only goal here is to tell you the truth about this grinder, even if it hurts. Today we are breaking down this grinder that's causing a lot of buzz in the coffee community. We'll see if it really deserves its $800 points. We will see the strength, the downside, and I will put a link in the description to check the current price. As you know, it changes, it fluctuates a lot. So for today on the agenda, design and manufacturing, the extraction performance, of course, ease of use, and my final verdict with a comparison with its competition. Let's start with the first impression. The Sculptor 078S is made for espresso. It's quite heavy, literally. More than 6 kilos on the scale, a construction in aluminum and stainless steel. It feels premium quality, and you feel like you're getting your money's worth. The design is sleek, minimalist, which is a stark contrast to a more colorful or a more square grinder that we can see. So personally, I really like here this sobriety, I really like the minimalism. However, a small drawback on the power button, which looks a bit cheap compared to the rest of the machine. In terms of ergonomics, we have this large here, clearly visible adjustment dial on the front. Well, almost clearly visible. We'll come back to that. We have different magnetic elements for the hopper lid here and the connection cup. This is well done, this is really well made. And it's designed for practicality, it really works. And by the way, a little question for you. What is the most important thing for you when you buy a coffee grinder? Ease of use, precision, value for money? You can tell me that in the comments. But the real technical argument here, and you might know, is its 78mm flat burrs. These burrs are supposed to offer ultra homogeneous grind. So they're vertical, they're made in hardened steel with a brushless motor. On paper, it's really high-end. And that's also why it created such a high buzz in the coffee world, because it has everything we would need, we would want for a grinder at that price. But let's get to the serious stuff here. How does it perform in the cup? What about the extraction quality? So first, good news, this grinder is incredibly precise for espresso. We talked about the 78mm burrs, and we get a very uniform particle size. We have less fines, and ultimately we have espresso that are more aromatic and a great clarity. I think the grinder performs really well, especially on light roast. Another strong point here, if you're making coffee in the morning, it is remarkably quiet. Where other grinders wake up the whole house, the Sculptor is quiet. Yes, it's still a coffee grinder, and it's also quite fast, 10 seconds for 18 gram dose. So yes, it has variable RPM, and we can adjust that here behind the grinder. So in theory, this allows you to refine the particle size distribution. In practice, it's much more subtle. The difference in the cup is not always that obvious. The automatic rotation effectively evacuates the last beans, the last coffee grounds. So this is great, and it has almost zero retention. It is perfect for switching from one coffee to another without mixing them. However, be careful. During the first few weeks of use, you may encounter channeling problems. This was an issue for me, and it could be quite bad if you're using a bottomless portafilter. So this could be a classic phenomenon with new grinders. But with the Sculptor, for me it was a lot and for a long time. It's been said that this grinder requires a break-in period, around 5 kilos, 10 pounds of coffee. And yes, that could be true. During this period, your shot may be irregular, sometimes too fast, sometimes too coarse, so not super easy to dial in. But things will tend to stabilize after that. And since we're talking about espresso and settings, if you want to master all the parameters for the perfect shot, not just with this grinder, but with every kind of grinder machine, I've prepared a complete guide on espresso. You will find it for free here in the description. It might save you a lot of trouble. Now let's talk about the things that annoy, because at that price, $800, we have the right to be demanding. And before continuing, if you like that review, don't hesitate to like that video, subscribe. It helps me a lot to continue offering these independent reviews. Okay, first problem, the adjustment for espresso. So we said it was precise, yes, but it's extremely sensitive. A micro adjustment here on the dial can turn a 25-second extraction into 40 seconds. So it is precise, but it requires patience to find the right settings. Second issue is the famous popcorning, and it's quite annoying with this machine. Your beans will jump out of the hopper like popcorn. It is annoying and it can ruin the grind consistency. The solution, you can fill them one by one. It takes a little while, or you can also buy an extension for the hopper. Third point, that could happen with a lot of grinder, but the coffee grind often comes out clumped. So here WDT is mandatory. Our goal is to break up the clumps to have a better extraction. Oh, but there is one last thing. So the adjustment dial here, it's supposed to indicate the fineness. It seems to be well made, but frankly, it's quite impossible to ring anything precise. We have a little arrow here on the side, but it's really difficult to be sure where we are. So yes, the community has developed magnetic accessories to improve the readability. It does a great job, but it's annoying to have to buy extra equipment when we pay that price. At this price point, the Sculptor faces some tough competition. So of course there is the Niche. I think here the Sculptor offers more aromatic clarity thanks to its larger flat burrs, but the Niche remains easier to use on a daily basis. And I think it's also better for medium to dark roast. Compared to the DF64, for example, it is kind of the same issue. The Sculptor will bring more clarity, more refinement, better premium features, but the DF64 are cheaper and can produce also amazing espresso. I'm preparing a comparison between the two. Subscribe if you don't want to miss it. So final verdict on the Timemore. It is an excellent technical grinder. It is capable of revealing the best of specialty coffees, particularly light roasts. Its sound level is remarkably quiet. Its construction is solid, premium, and its extraction performance is on point. But, and it's a big but, it requires time, patience, and accepting some ergonomic compromises. That's it for the complete review of the Timemore Sculptor 078S. Tell me in the comment what do you think about this grinder, and if you like that review, I'm pretty sure you will love this one here. As usual, I hope you will have a good week. I'll see you soon. Ciao.